Hey, happy Thursday to everyone. It's your girl Vocal with AJ Reese. We are 2 days away from the weekend. 2 days away from the weekend, and we are probably about a week and something away from the holiday. So I'm getting back to you guys, and I thank you for the feedback and the comments on the last segment that I did on raising our children and giving the village permission. And I'm telling you, one of the saddest things that I seen this week, one of my coworkers, I seen him in passing, and he was sharing with me these stories about the connection that's going on throughout the city of Philadelphia and with the very root and connection, one of the roots or connections to the skyrocketing crime rates and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, if you are a mother, if you are an auntie, if you are an uncle or a father, if you're just connected to children, if you have a heart, we don't take that stuff lightly, and it is so heartbreaking. And he showed me this video, and I couldn't even look at much. I really couldn't. It made me literally feel nauseous and sick as to where we are today with this stuff. And it was just showing our babies who are from what? They said age 12, maybe 10, 12, no older than 25. No older, probably about 23, 24, something like that. And I'm telling you, they show clips of these videos with these children, and they are like they're beefing, like north, south, east, and west are like beefing with each other over territory. And I'm like, wow, look how deceived these kids are. They're babies. And then they begin to show some of the clips of the ones who are deceased, and showing how we are so quick to get stuff started, but then when trouble really show up, just like everybody rolled out and left Jesus, they leave these babies hanging. And I'm telling you, after this one particular baby got shot up, literally, they showed his body laying lifeless in the street. That thing broke my heart. I was so, my nerves was just bad. And I said, even though I didn't give birth to that baby, but I'm like, I'm a mother. I'm a mother. I'm an aunt. I'm like, I'm a cousin. I'm a friend. I mean, like, come on. And I'm like, and this is the stuff this is where we are today. Like, it's what is it? Fantasy? You feel like you've accomplished something because you guys are on there, and every video was a gun and all this. And I'm like, God, help us. Just help us. Help us. Help us. And, I just was talking to him, and I said, it is so disturbing on so many different levels. And the bottom line is, sometimes I just sit there and I'm like, God, I'm speechless. Some of the stuff. And then we're in a time where you don't even really want to say anything to correct these kids because you don't know if they got guns on them or anything. Why should we? Why? Just why? Why are we here? Why are we where we're at with this? It's almost like the children are putting the adults on the run. Why? Why? I remember over the summer, I was sitting out on the porch. I had went to go see my mother-in-law. And I'm sitting out on the porch with her, and these young kids, they were teenagers. And maybe the youngest was probably between 10 or 11. And they were walking past, and you could hear the filthy cuss words just flying out of their mouth. Flying out of their mouth. And I began to say, I said, excuse me. I said, can you watch your mouth? So my mother-in-law, touched my hand like, no, don't. And I'm laughing because of the fact that it wasn't until afterwards that I realized, like, you're right. She was like, be careful because we don't know if they have something or whatever. But I remember when we could correct these babies and they would listen. And it was something because the one who was doing all the cussing, he ignored. He just kept walking. He wouldn't look at me. He wouldn't do anything. But I'm going to tell you something. The other three, they begin to get on him. Yo, man, watch your mouth. The lady's saying. So he kept walking like he's ignoring them, not paying them no mind. But I said, God, I thank you for the three that did acknowledge and respected what was asked. You know, no, I don't want you cussing in front of me either. However, it was out of respect for my mother-in-law. And I was just like, watch your mouth. You know, can you watch your mouth? So even doing little things like that, you're realizing the times have truly, truly changed. These kids are out of control. And it's something because I was looking at, thinking back to my last few segments on wise investments and allowing people to help us raise our children. That's an investment. That's other people who are willing to take their time, their emotion, their love, their money, whatever, and help along the way with the journey of our children's lives. Allowing others to help raise and train our children is really a part of having a village. A legitimate village. I'm not talking about no any old body. We call them godparents, and let me just say, be careful who you allow to be godparents. Don't just because they my homies, or they that's my bull. That's no. You need to know, is God pleased with who you have selected to be your children's godparents? Because back to their belief system, what are they going to teach and train these children? How do they live their lives on an everyday basis? And I'm going to tell you something. Children are like sponges. They soak up everything. You can say all you want, don't do this, don't do that. But if you're sitting there doing those very things you're telling them not to do, guess what they're going to end up doing? Exactly what you're doing. So don't be mad. Don't be upset. Oh, I can because I'm grown. No, that's not a reason. That's not a valid reason for you to live any old kind of way you want to live. And if you're going to live a lifestyle that's not conducive to the healthy upbringing in your house, take your lifestyle somewhere else. That way your children don't have to see that kind of stuff. And don't think they stupid, because they're not. They watch everything. Because I can tell you, I'm one of them. I watch everything. My husband be like, your news, you can say whatever you want. Watchman. I'm watching. And I've been known, it's so funny, I will go to different events and I'm just observing everything. And if I see like children playing or whatever, somehow it's always I end up just honing in on these children. And I'm looking and I'm like, okay, I see them. Okay. It's almost like I'm doing a count or whatever. But then I start looking, I'm like, wait, where are these parents at? And parents, stop going to these events and dropping your kids and going on about your business. Somebody need to be watching, because the minute something happens, now you're angry, you want to fight the world. But truth be told, you wasn't even paying attention to your child. And that's why sometimes people will say, no, this is a no child event, because the bottom line is, parents, you don't watch your kids enough. You don't. You bring them to these events and, oh, they good. Somebody got them. Somebody will be watching them. Somebody could be raping them, beating them. Somebody could even be kidnapping them. You wouldn't know. You would not know, because you're not paying attention. Let me tell you something. As a parent and us raising our children, there are just sometimes you're not going to be able to go to different events and places because, some may say, well, I don't have a babysitter. Sometimes that's a good thing. Stay in the house. Stay in the house, spend time with your kids. Every time you look up, you run in the street or you whatever, and leaving them with whoever. That's how stuff is able to go down. So when we talking about raising children, you want to leave them in the best capable hands possible. Let me tell you something. And my kids, we talk about this all the time. My old church, which I used to attend back in the day, where my children actually grew up in. I think I had just about every child at my house. All the boys especially. They loved coming to Vocal with AJ Reese's house. And don't get me wrong, a few of them I let my sons go with them because I knew they were in good hands. They were in good hands. You heard what I said? In good hands. Not anybody's hand, in good hands. But Everyone knew when their child came through my door, number one, I had rules. You ain't coming in here running up and no, 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 no. There was a set time you was going to bed. I may have gave a little leniency if it was the weekend. But other than that, whatever my children got, they received as well. I treated those kids as if I gave birth to them. So whatever I, showered my children with, from pizza, wing, whatever, they already know they were included. They never left my home feeling slighted, indifferent, saddened, or any of that. They knew if they were all in there cutting up, they were all getting in trouble. They knew that. But they know that I loved them with my whole heart. And how many of us can really say we have people that we know can really love and protect and guide our children the way they're supposed to be guided? I get so sick and tired of hearing these stories. And I'm going to tell you something, women, you know I'm getting ready to get you. Stop being desperate. You just got to have a man. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because it's going to end up getting you in a world of trouble. Especially when you don't do your research and do your homework. Let me tell you something. There is a difference when you are alone but not lonely. I know what I'm talking about. I've been alone for years as a single woman, as a single parent. And yet I was good. Did I have my moments of, hey, it would be nice to have, a significant other? Absolutely, I'm human. However, you never caught me out there doing, shady, dealings with men and all. No. I solely focused on my children and myself. I really did. And I'm not saying what I did was the gospel. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I made up in my mind I am worth everything. And if he is not coming to the table with the things that I think is satisfactory enough for him and I to connect, goodbye. Period. Focus on these kids. Fathers, you're not off the hook. You're not off the hook, so don't think you are. My kid's father would always be like, oh, I gotta work. Everything was an excuse of why he could not parent his children. If you think I'm putting them on blast, you could think whatever, because it is what it is. That's what it was. He ain't want to raise kids. He liked making them, but he don't want to raise them. But that's neither here nor there. Back to, we got to be careful who we produce with. I said, dang, how I get stuck with the ear dud? Y'all can laugh but I just have to be truthful. Neek, you going to have to take that on the chin. Ain't do your homework. Young and naive, whatever you want to call it. And I had to pay the price for a deadbeat father. It just is what it is. And the bottom line is God takes everything that we do into consideration. See, we want to make these babies and then get mad afterwards at what the outcome and the results are. But we didn't do our homework enough before we decided to make a decision. And let me just say, not making a decision, baby, you still making a decision. So you still ain't off the hook. So whether you decided you wanted to raise your kids, didn't raise your kids, or whatever with your kids, you still made a decision that you're still going to be accountable for and you're still going to have to pay for. So again, it is an investment. Raising children is an investment. We're like farmers. Sow the seed. Now we have to cultivate that seed and watch it grow and flourish and develop into the best possible human beings. That's it. It's not easy. I always say, parenting is one of the hardest, most challenging, but yet the most rewarding assignment of ministry ever. You want to see what you made of? Become a parent. And you can have mother and father involved in a child's life. It is still not easy. It is not easy. It is not. It is not. I had a friend who had said at one time that he wanted, I think he said he wanted about 5 or 6 kids. Me and one of my best sister friends, we was like, no, you don't. I said, you want one. He looked at me like, how's she gonna tell me what I want? See how you do with the one, and then get back with us. Because it's more than a notion. Stop thinking your job is just to pump women full of babies, but yet you don't want to raise them. You want her to do all the work. Oh, it's her job. It's her job to, bathe and clean and feed and school and teach and this and that and take her with them wherever they go. Baby, you missed it. You missed the assignment. You missed the whole assignment because, boo, that ain't it. That ain't it. Because where are you? Where are you? As the Lord said to Adam, Adam, where are you? And it's not that he didn't know where Adam was. He wanted to know if Adam knew the state and the condition that he was in with the mistake that he's made, the sin that he fell into. And let me tell you something. This is for all of us. Ain't none of us off the hook. None of us are off the hook. We're not. Because there are some things, as much as possible, you try to do the best you can. And there are just some things I said if I could go back and do, I would. I would. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know, but I'm going to tell you something. If we will let the village will come in. They will do what? They will teach us. They will train us. They will mentor us if we let them. But if we don't let them, we can't be upset. But I'm going to tell you what, back to what I said on Tuesday. My grandmother said, if you don't do your job with those kids now, you will cry plenty of nights. You're going to be a heart full of sorrow and a bed full of tears. You are. You really are. The juvie system is stressed, almost to the point where the system may collapse because the numbers of children that are in there from being unruly and disorderly, no conduct, no manners, no class. And let me tell you something. Some parents have done all they can. Well, they've done what they could, but we got to be consistent. And some of these kids are just unruly, defiant, rebellious. That's why we need that village. We need that village. What does the village do? The village holds us accountable as parents. They do. You letting them slack? They need to line you up. Why? You not doing your job with your child? Why? Yeah. As Sister Lynn always say, it's tight, but it's right. But it's the truth. A lot of times we thinking some of the stuff we see, oh, it's so cute. Oh, okay. I said, I've never seen a bunch of kids with hair and nails and weave and jewelry. And I said, well, what job do they have? Are they working? Like, where does money coming from? We got to do better. We all do. I include myself. We all have to do better. We are all being held accountable. We are. I don't play with my nieces and nephews. I don't love them, but no. You don't have one time to think you're going to pop fly with me. You're not. Don't work. I don't care what your mom and daddy let you do. I don't care what all the rest of the group let you do. Not here. My grandkids, no, not here. Not this one. And as I said before, I don't play with other people's kids either. I just do not. And what I would rather do if you see your child acting out of line with another adult is that you would step in and correct your child and not get upset when you don't and another parent will, because I am the other parent that will correct your child. So we have to do better. That's all I can say. We have to do better. It is so much more that we can talk about. And I may come back on Tuesday. I know I'll be back on Tuesday, Lord willing, but I'm just saying on Tuesday so we can finish discussing some of these subjects. They are not easy. And it is a ouch moment. So what? But if the ouch is to help us do better, then guess what? To God be the glory. The job has been done. But somebody has got to be responsible and accountable for these kids. These kids didn't come here on their own. They did not. And truth be told, we just got to be real. Some of us didn't do a good job with picking baby mamas and fathers. Some of them ain't worth nothing, but they good at breeding. Will breed and pop a baby just like they making freaking popcorn. And it's sad because some of these babies come here and they don't have a fighting chance. It is so heartbreaking. It is so heartbreaking. They don't deserve that. They deserve the best. They deserve the best. We go through all this stuff to do these, again, these gender reveals, or I even see these birthday parties they throwing now. Renting venues out and pulling up in fancy cars. And I'm like, wait, they 3? Wait, what? We need to tap into other cultures and find out how do they invest in their children while they are raising and training. I would say, you know what? We'll just do a little cupcake and some ice cream. But, others can, you could write a check and put it into their investment fund for college. I said before, a bat mitzvah I was invited to, one of my former students. And I must tell you, I said, I think I'm hanging out with the wrong folk. They had the beautiful woven basket full of envelopes, checks. There were barely any toys on the table, period. I think on one hand I could count maybe 3, 4, something like that. Basket was big, filled up to the top. You talking about a financial investment in that child? We got our perspectives messed up. We got to do better. We got to do better. And it's not all of us. So I don't want you to walk away. No, please stop wearing your feelings on your sleeve. But can we really rap about some things so we can do better? Yeah, we can, because we're grown, right? Right. So that's all I have for you today. And there's a woman on Instagram. Her name is Zeke the Millionaire. I'm gonna look her up real quick. But she goes hard with making sure that our culture of people are in right standing with credit and everything. That's an investment. That's an investment. And I can appreciate that. I really can, because the fact she means business. She don't want to just see herself win. She want to see everybody win. And I'm like, I don't blame her. I don't blame her. No, her name is Meek the Zillionaire. Meekthe. Zillionaire. Zillionaire. Zeke. I keep saying Zeke, but it's Meek the Zillionaire. Check her out on Instagram. Meek the Zillionaire. Good stuff. Good wealth of information. But that's all. I don't want to go real long and extend it or whatever. I'm already at 23 and something. This your girl Vocal with AJ Reese. It's been real. Thank y'all for listening. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. Just know, whatever I give y'all, it is from the heart and it is full of love. So, God bless you. As my Auntie May always say, stay safe. I love you all. Love you all. Love you all. Don't forget to share the wealth. Love you guys and God bless. Mwah.